This week's best MMA bets, we're talking UFC 288. I'm going to give you guys my most confident picks, favorite underdogs, the underdog lock of the week, and we're going to talk prop/value bets and finish it out with the parlays. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, and make sure to share the video as well. Shades are staying on because right now I'm rolling with the 2 underdog lock streak, looking to cash it to 3, and this week I think is going to be extra heat. I think I got more fire coming at me than ever, so I got to stay guarded with these shades on, baby. Let's get into most confident picks. Let's talk about them. These are going to be the most confident favorite picks, so they're going to be that minus tag, not your juiciest value, but we'll talk that soon. First things first, I want to bring up 2 of my most confident favorites, fighters that I think are going to get it done. Odds are not going to be tremendous here, but playable and winnable lines. All right, so first we got Khaos Williams, and I'm also going to bring up at the same time Drew Dober. Both fighters that I am picking to get wins. I actually see them both getting finishes too. Let's first talk about Khaos Williams because he's sitting around minus 315. Yes, it's a wild tag, super wide. So the straight money line play is going to be a hard hit if you have to touch it, and ultimately not valuable. Parlay piece for sure with a Khaos Williams, but if you think about the matchup, Bedoya, good striker, likes to sit in there, mix it up with his stances, and I actually think puts himself in a spot where he could be flattened. For a UFC debut, you don't want to fight Khaos Williams. Even though I see Bedoya as a guy with legit potential in the octagon, Khaos is way too much for him right now. Bedoya is 25. He's a baby in this game, and he's fighting Khaos Williams, who I think is constantly getting better and getting comfortable with this flow. So knockout prop is not great. It sits around minus 140, minus 110 range. Also sitting at a decent enough play, under 2.5, minus 200. So it's like you don't have any juicy value, but realistically, I think Khaos by knockout highly possible here. The line doesn't get me excited, but it's a possibility. Khaos money line in the minus 300. So when you got a favorite like this, kind of, somewhat unplayable money line unless you're really going to go hard at it, and also the knockout prop or any prop really isn't bringing you steam. You got minus 110, let's say the best value line for knockout. I'm seeing it also around minus 140. So you can try and touch that knockout prop, but ultimately I like money line way better. So I feel like Khaos is a good parlay piece. We're going to talk parlays later. Expect to see Khaos's name. When we continue to move, next one, it's Drew Dober. Drew Dober and Matt Frivola are going to have a fun fight. I really love the matchup, and I expect action-packed brawl type of fight where somebody's going to bed. Now, Drew's sitting at around that minus 205, minus 210 range is the favorite. I asked myself really when I was looking for these most confident favorites, I said, I need somebody I can back with confidence, and I imagine them, what if Drew Dober was at plus 115? I'd be all over that line trying to snipe it out. So Drew Dober, quality play at minus 210, value-wise, not so much. Confidence-wise, absolutely. I want to put Drew Dober also as a parlay piece, but ultimately a 2-1 money line is a lot more playable than the 3-1 money line you got with Khaos. I'm looking at Drew Dober and I'm thinking, okay, how does this fight end? I think violence. I think under 2.5, minus 200 for under 2.5. Also, though, Drew Dober, I am predicting gets a knockout win. But again, we're kind of in Shitsville, USA with Dober around the minus 110, minus 145 range. So the knockout prop isn't all that good. There's no excitement for me playing that knockout. Ultimately, this is another one that I could see as a favorite piece to a parlay, not a dog money. I'd like to mix the dogs inside of, some favorite picks with a nice little parlay at the end. I think Drew Dober's name could be a pretty valuable piece to play. He's a most confident favorite pick. This most confident pick section, something I'm trying to specify to you guys is it's going to be the most confidence of the favorites. Obviously, I'm bringing the fire with underdogs too, which is the next section. We'll get right into it. But real quick, though, I want to do an honorable mention for Movsar Evloev, but he's, last I looked, around minus 675 to win against Lopez, which is just a disgustingly wide line. It's not something, you can really play. But he's still an extremely confident pick to win, and I wanted to bring his name up. Yes, it wouldn't be great value, but if it was like a long shot parlay, it would give you that extra little steam, and I don't see much of a chance for Lopez to beat Movsar like at all. I think that Movzar could potentially get a finish here too. So Movzar, another high confidence pick. Let's keep running though. I want to talk about my favorite underdog. So with the favorite dog section, it's going to be one dog that is an official prediction, another dog that I think is live as fuck, even though it's not an official pick. It's worth mentioning, and I think it could potentially be worth a value bet, depending upon weigh-ins. I would wait to weigh-ins. But let's first talk. It's Braxton Smith, who's the actual pick as a dog, and I think he's going to get a knockout of Parker Porter. And then Zhalgas Zhumagulov, Coconut Head / Paddy Pimblett from Kazakhstan. Listen, OV is always live. The last name, OV at the end, they're always live. Estevan's unproven in the UFC. Zhumagulov has some bad decision losses. I picked Estevan to win the fight, but I wanted to bring Zhumagulov up to this dog section because as the week goes on, I'm like, man, I do think that Zhumagulov could be a sneaky underdog play. Looking at the lines for both, let's first talk Braxton. He's around plus 145. And then looking at Zhumagulov, plus 155. I want to talk the prop side of Braxton first. Braxton's the actual pick as an underdog. I think he's going to get it done. I also think it goes under 1.5, minus 185. Pretty likely that it does. Braxton Smith by KO, my official prediction, plus 205, plus 165 value, like depending upon where you're at. I'm seeing low end 6.5, high end, plus 200. All right, so this fight here, I think Braxton Smith is going to snipe Porter out. I don't like guys that quickly turn around from knockout losses, and that's exactly what Parker Porter is doing. I think that Braxton Smith, straight knockout line, great play. I think money line is also a good play too, especially parlay dog with a favorite. Braxton Smith, I got an idea concocted already that we'll talk about at the end with the parlays. But ultimately, Braxton Smith, dog play, smart dog play that I'm on. I think he can beat Parker Porter. Yes, maybe he gasses out, ends up getting subbed, but more likely, I think he lays the hammer on Parker Porter. And if I'm looking for a dog bet, to me, a guy with big knockout power who fights aggressively against the guy who was quickly knocked out in his last fight and doesn't have great speed nor great wrestling, give me Braxton Smith by knockout. Good play. I'm playing that underdog. I like that line. That's the legit pick. Now I want to talk about Zhumagulov, who is not an official prediction to win the fight. But let's be real, guys. And I know a lot of you that are watching are probably going to agree. Zhumagulov's split decision seems out of this world. If it happened, no. I'm not going to play Estevan, who's making his UFC debut, regardless of how good he's looked in previous fights. He's never fought a Zhumagulov. Zhumagulov has competitive split decision losses where people, will be on the other side and say he could have, won those fights. And now he brings a whole new look to him. He's coming out trying to rebrand himself as Zhumagulov 2.0. For me, the Zhumagulov dog play, assuming that I like the body language, assuming that the weigh-in's on point, there's some intangibles that I want to wait for before I actually attack it. But Zhumagulov's going to win this fight potentially, right? I don't want to say he's going to win. I'm flipping the pick. I'm not officially flipping the pick here. I think Zhumagulov, betting-wise, could be worth a stab because I'm seeing this as a toss-up fight. If he looks ready to rock at weigh-ins, if I like the body language, I will probably be touching Zhumagulov. So I wanted to bring it up here. Around plus 155 money line, I do think he would win a competitive, hard-fought decision, which upwards of plus 270 for that decision prop. So something to note, and I also think for you guys, something to pay attention to as we head in, to the coming days, which lead us to the weigh-in. So Friday, we'll know for sure. But something worth mentioning, 2 dogs that I like to win, 2 dogs, one a pick, one a value, and I think the nice plus money is always good to get. So let's actually jump to the lock of the week.
Kron Gracie!
Underdog, lock, again. We're going for the trifecta. I'm riding with a Gracie this time. It's Kron Gracie as an underdog to submit Charles Jourdain. Gracie's around plus 150 as a dog. I've already played this dog. This is the underdog lock. I'm ready to fucking ride with my guy. I will say something with Kron Gracie that annoys me is him talking about this no round shit, that he wants to just do one continuous round. I'm like, Kron, we got 3 rounds to work. It's 5 minutes each. We're sticking with the rule set. Let's not, get carried away. Let's focus on this fight here. I believe he is focused. Charles Jourdain is a dangerous striker. But there's holes in his game. There's moments where he overextends himself. A guy with the grappling skills of Kron Gracie is an extremely dangerous matchup for Jourdain. Okay, Cub Swanson, good striker who beat up Kron Gracie. Also was competitive in a grappling match with him. Known for good jiu-jitsu in MMA. We've seen Jourdain submitted by lesser guys. I think Charles Jourdain is suspect as fuck when they hit the ground. Not that Jourdain doesn't have solid ground skills. It's because Kron Gracie is going to make you pay for every slight mistake. I can see a guy like Jourdain trying to use that athleticism and speed to get out of positions. You can't do that with somebody to the level of jiu-jitsu that Kron Gracie brings. Kron is still 5-1. He hasn't taken a lot of damage. One loss in his pro career. Yes, 3+ year layoff. Coming back in, though, I think he's getting it done. So Kron Gracie is my dog lock. I do believe he's going to win by submission. That submission prop for this fight sits at upwards of +240, but at the low end, +175. Ultimately, still, Kron Gracie, money line is the A1 side, but I do think he's locking a sub up, man. I'm thinking a choke as well. That's a real, sniper call. I think he's going to strangle him rear naked. So give me Kron Gracie, underdog, lock of the week, and we look to go back to back to back with these dog attacks, man. I'm excited as hell for it. And I want to talk about some props / value bets on the card, which I think could be playable, could be sneaky. First one I'll bring up is going to be Ribeiro. I'm picking him to win, and I'm pretty confident to pick him. I mean, I considered him for the most confident favorite pick section, but ultimately didn't pull the trigger on it. But I don't think he's a bad play either. I think Ribeiro is going to beat Joseph Holmes. I'm pretty damn sure that he does. Looking at it, Ribeiro has such knockout power in his hands, around -140. Damn it, -140 though. There's no juice on this knockout prop. I thought it would be plus. Right now it's not. -109 is the best thing I'm seeing. Ultimately, Ribeiro though, straight is actually not a bad play at all at -175, so that could be value. Another one that could be a parlay piece. I think he's getting the KO win, guys. I'm going knockout for Claudio Ribeiro. Official call. I think he's going to end up sleeping ugly man home. So even though it's in the minus territory, not an awful idea to add Ribeiro in, because I think he's a dangerous guy that could pull this shit off. I really do. I don't know. I have a slight hunch that he's really got this thing. I feel like the matchup favors him. Good signs for me. I don't know how to describe it. It's just everything seems right in this matchup. Holmes doesn't have that power edge. I think he's a good value bet. Almost the most confident pick section. As far as, the prop betting side of things with some of these other matchups, I'll be completely honest. I don't love them. I wanted to just quickly mention Aliaskarov to win it by sub because it is, at pretty nice value, +450. But note that Phil Hawes is incredibly adept on the ground, super athletic and strong. It's no guarantee that Askarov wins by sub. That's why it is at +450. Askarov by decision also at like +250, but upwards of +400, crazy enough. Another possible method of victory. My official call there was win by sub, so I had to talk about it because it's such a good line at +450 that if you want to lightly stab it, not stupid. Because I do think he could end up submitting Phil Hawes, for sure. I think Aliaskarov is a problem. So the value bet / prop section, we like Ribeiro money line and knockout, and also bringing up Aliaskarov to get the win. I think that, to win by sub specifically, I think that also pretty fair call, pretty likely call. But yeah, that's a money section, bro. Value bets and props, but it doesn't compare to the parlays because I know that's what everybody was excited for. The parlay section. That's what I'm excited for. All right. I'm going to put my guy Chaos Williams in the lineup. I see him getting it done, and I want to go a powerhouse parlay knockout puncher's delight over here. We got Chaos Williams and Braxton Smith. +235 for these two savages. I do think they both come through. And if you want to add more power to it, Claudio Ribeiro. Knockout artist parlay right here at +428. This is a good one. I like this one a lot. I think high likelihood that this one does come through. I do want to quickly clear it out and give you something different. Another option, you can go main card fanatics back to back. I guess feature prelim with Drew Dober. Drew Dober and Kron Gracie, though, +275 for that tag. I don't think that's a bad idea, bringing Chaos in with it, too. And if we're going nuts, we go Ribeiro on it, +689, and Braxton Smith, +1888. Dober, Kron, Chaos, Ribeiro, Braxton, 5-fight play. I like this. I like this one a ton. Another parlay option here that I've been considering. I want to give you guys value, though, for sure. But I also want to, mix things up just a little bit. You can go Willie Cat, Aliaskarov, Gracie, just to give you something a little bit different. plus 489. Diversify, play a different little lineup, you know. But I think Willie Cat does win too. You got to go the OVs. And if you want to go Dog City, you're like, yo, I think Zhumagulov has it. I think Braxton has it. And I think our guy Kron Gracie has it. You got plus 1590. And then if you just said, fuck it, give me Chaos in there, plus 2150. You could also bring in Evloev at any point. His line is actually not here at the moment at best fight odds. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter because he would, you know, just add more steam to it. But the line is still, he's in the minus 675 range. It's just too fucking wide. This is another one. Risky play, but if we're looking for value, man, if we're looking to snipe some shit out, some craziness, these are some long shot parlays. Ultimately, 2-3 fighters max is your maximum likelihood of success. Anything more than that is just lottery ticket. But with the most confident picks, with, you know, the etc. confident pick in Hiberio, with an Evloev, and then with some savage underdogs, I think there's some A1 parlays that we can cash on. So be intelligent with it, diversify, and then, you know, whatever your most confident one is that I've mentioned, maybe you ride with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Best MMA Bets. I'm ready to bring the fire this weekend for 288. I'm ready to keep my streak going. We got Pavlovich as a dog, which was honestly just fucking tremendous, man. Sergey Pavlovich started everything off right. And then Cody Durden comes through last week, and now we got Kron Gracie this week. So trifecta incoming, the three-peat. Let's get a roll going. Much love to the people. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. What is your lock of the week? Throw me some of your favorite bets on the card. And also, you know, definitely let me know what you think of mine. If you got nothing to say, but you just enjoy the content, W in the chat, as always, to help boost the algorithm for your boy. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.